Okay, I have the thought for the day. We don't live in a world of either ors. We live in the land of both and. So, on the one hand, life goes on. On the other hand, our lives have been altered forever. On the one hand, we carry around this unspeakable grief. And on the other hand, the power of your tender hearts conquers all suffering and loss. On the one hand, we're tempted a little bit by anger and rage, and yet we all love our kids more than we hate the person who took Moreno's life. We've been dealt a toppling blow, and here we are today. It's not either or, it's both and. We live right there in the middle of it. Moreno was 27 years old, and he lived and worked half his life here with you in this place. Half of his life, since he was 14 years old. A lot of us kind of glean our personalities from other people. We pick up an expression or a walk or a way of being or a nod of the head, whatever. I've never met a more unique human being in my whole life than Moreno. He borrowed from nobody. Like he called Father Marchese, and he came up with these expressions. We go, it would be impossible to say to Moreno, where'd you get that? He didn't get it from anybody. He was a whole kind of unique creation. When people used to imitate me and do an impersonation of me, they'd sit at my desk and have me going like this, and then have me yell, Moreno! Remember this from the old days, because he was my runner, and I could never find his ass, And he'd appear and he'd go, what? Well, help me, And he always knew who to bring in and, who to kind of, he was like the triage nurse in an emergency room. He'd say, you really need to see this vato right now because he's not playing well with others. He knew. And I trusted him and bring him in. In the old days, not so much now, but in the old days I used to always yell, language! And that was only because of Moreno, because he was so mal hablado. And we said, we tried everything. We're going to charge you a quarter every time some palabrota jumps out of your mouth. But he tried. I remember once he left me a voicemail message. Hey, Gene, it's me, Moreno and shit. Spencer, I mean Moreno and feces. He actually thought that was progress, The most utterly unique human being I've ever known was this guy Moreno. And he didn't have enemies because he was a man. He didn't have enemies because he was a father. And do you get used to death? I don't know. Death will come to all of us. But I'll never get used to the voicemail messages and the texts that I've gotten from everybody about their care and how they want to hold you and carry you. Jessica Valles, she sent me this long text, and she ended it this way. Let God embrace us all at this moment. Be good. So, life goes on, and our lives have been changed forever. We carry an unspeakable grief, and the power of your tender hearts conquers all suffering and loss. Yeah, maybe we're tempted to occasional rage and anger, but we all love our kids more than we hate anybody. And we've been dealt a toppling blow, and yet here you are in this place with each other. Moreno knew the magic of this place. He appreciated the magic of this place. He created the magic in this place. So, Mondo, lead us in prayer.